Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good, soulful, satisfying Sunday. I am Vicki Kirk May, and this is the BYOB Weekend Morning Show, and we are excited that you guys are here with us on today. Please, if you haven't already, time you got this notification, if you haven't already shared, then I need you to share the broadcast. We are like over the top excited today because we are going to be talking about how you let your passion drive you to your profit. I'm going to say that again for those that are way, way, way back there or way, way up there. You need to let your passion drive you to your profit. Okay. So we're going to talk about how you get your profit in the driver's seat so that it can drive you wherever it is that you are destined to be. Okay. And so we're excited. Guys, are y'all excited as I am? I'm like, I know that it's the fourth quarter. And a lot of people, they feel like if they haven't already done it, then, I'll just wait on January to come and I'll start all over and this, that, and the other. But what I'm excited about and what has just been in my spirit really since yesterday is that the great thing about passion is it's already here. It's nothing that we have to go and grab and get. It's already within us. So we already have what we need to end this great 2020 year the way we desire. Okay. So don't count yourself out. Okay. Because God is counting on you to finish it. And so that's what I heard this morning is finish it. Allow what I have equipped you with. Allow what I have endowed you with, okay, to lead you to profit. And so I'm ready to end this year in overflow, in abundance, in more than enough. And I'm not counting myself out, guys. I'm just not. So, what do you all have to say about just the power of passion? Okay, introduce yourself to those who don't know who you all are.
Good morning, everybody. I am Rose Fauntleroy, and wow. Let your passion drive you to profit. What that is saying to me this morning is to ask God to order your steps. And then after you ask him to order your steps, let him work.
Right.
Let him work with what you ask for. Because if you already have a passion for that thing, if you already have an excitement for that thing, the next step is to step into it and walk it out. And when you have the opportunity for a grant that will help you to build toward that thing, toward that business idea, or to increase that business or to rebrand that business, you already have a handout that wants to help you take those steps. If you go to www.blackwomenequalpay.com, you will see there are 12 steps there. There are 12 reasons, 12 opportunities.
Right.
And actually, when you really look at it, it's more than 12. It could be 24 or 36 because you can combine that thing.
Yes.
Or you can double up that thing. And whenever you have God in your corner working, ordering those steps for you, the sky is definitely the limit.
That's it.
That is it. Good morning, everyone. I am Kayshawn, and I'm happy to be here to speak to you about passion. Those who know me know I have a passion about a lot of things. And Rose, when you just mentioned about, letting God order your steps, I told my yesterday, guys, we didn't make it here to y'all. we didn't make it, you know, because you know how we have our show before the show. we just couldn't make it. But right after that show, it was so emotional. You know, it was we were being pruned at the moment for what we're going to go through next. And talk about passion, turning your passion into profit. I just got an iPhone for my birthday in August, and I don't know how Siri work and stuff. I don't even use Siri because I don't even see the point yet. But I get a notification from Siri from telling me to go to my notes for my 20K launch to finish prep. And I was like, I got like 18 things in the notes section of my phone. And it recommends that one, my 20K launch and this is talking about my passion. I had to stop doing what I was doing in that moment and go finish it. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what I did, and was like, was it this easy? Is that it? I know there's more to this, but I messaged my sister and was like, y'all never believe what just came in. And they was like, that was nothing but God. Now go do it. Get it done. And when you following your passion, you know, and things, little signs, like Rose said, we ask. And we have to be reminded sometimes of what we ask for. And when we're reminded, such as you're being reminded to go to www.blackwomenequalpay.com and go pick out some of those certifications. And like Vicki just said, it doesn't have to be just 12 or 24 or 36. In the last round, there were women who got multiple certifications because that's how bomb.com this is.
Right.
Right? And so they gotta feel it, don't they, Dr. Cynthia?
Yes. Hey everybody, good morning. I don't have a live picture, but I got a picture. Don't make a difference. Y'all know what I look like by now. We not new to this. We true to this.
Hey, you work with what's in your hands. Isn't it what Coach said? You work with what's in your hands. Don't have to be perfect.
Because I am not gonna let one little live picture, one little broken camera stop my passion from turning into profit.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. I'm always super excited about that conversation. I live for that conversation because the truth of the matter is that if we could do it for free, we absolutely would, because it's just innately in us. This is what we love to do, and it is absolutely our passion. However, financial, money is just like air and water. You can't live without it.
Right.
So you got to find some profit so that you can keep pushing your passion. And actually, what we do is we reinvest our profits into our passion and take our passion to the next level. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm just so excited about this. And there's what you see when you go to this website, www.blackwomenequalpayday.com. But you get so much more. With this coach on the platform of the Reverend Dr. Danielle Winningham, you get so much more. You have an opportunity for numerous certifications, but you get so much more than that. How about community? The community that comes with getting this profit out of your passion. The community here, we support you 1000%. When you come here, we understand the language. We speak the same language that you speak. We talk the same language that you talk. And you can come over here and talk openly and honestly, and nobody looks at you with the side eye. Nobody tells you it's just a pipe dream. Instead, we're behind you. We're pushing you. We're supporting you. And Vicki talked yesterday in our show, before the show, but we never made it to the show, about how we undergird each other. And that's what we do over here. So let's get out there and turn those profits into passion. Also, Vicki, you talked about this being the fourth quarter. Man, come on. Not only is this the fourth quarter of 2020, where so many people think that they've been down and out in 2020. Guess what? This is the launching pad. This is the springboard into 2021.
Right?
Yes.
Until December 31st to say, let me work on the plan. This is the
Right.
springboard into 2021. So Vicki, you talked about, hey, come on now, the fourth quarter. This is the fourth quarter, and we're moving this into the next season. So I'm gonna let you jump right back on that thing because that was good.
Just listening to you ladies, and just talking about, going to the website and, and filling out the application. And the whole time I'm just thinking about passion and how one thing our passion needs is fuel. And, every now and then, because life sometimes tends to slow us down. Sometimes, life can pour a little, sprinkle a little water on our passion. It can kind of, want to just really just completely wipe out that fire that we need to go to the next level, Well, to me, with those certifications, what it's going to do for me, it's going to ignite, that fire. It's going to be the fuel that I need to take me to the next level. That's going to take me to the next level. Because what I do realize is that if I want to reach that profitable level in my business, that passion is my passion, is going to get me there. And so I've decided that I'm going to allow passion to get in the driver's seat and do what it needs to do to get me to where I need to be. And so as far as I'm concerned, I need to be in the house. I need to be in the room. I need to be in the place. I need to be sitting at the feet of those that's going to help me to hone those skills to become better at what I am passionate about, so that I can position myself for profitability. And so I'm just excited about the opportunity that the grant is going to provide. And so let's really talk about passion, because to me, passion is that not so secret ingredient. See, it was a time when passion was that secret ingredient that we use every now and then when we want to do this and that. But you know what? I'm realizing that is not that big of a secret. It's just we've decided not to add the ingredient.
Okay.
And so I want you all to understand that if you see, it steps to this thing.
Yep.
You have your passion. And can I just go on and say passion/love? Can I go on and say that?
Yeah.
And, look it up, guys. You see passion, love is going to be in that definition somewhere. So I don't care what dictionary you look, passion/love. That passion, I promise you, is going to lead you to your purpose. And once you start walking in your purpose, you're going to be on the path to profit. It automatically follows. Profit is going to follow you when you walk in your purpose. But a lot of people, they get discombobulated because they're making it so hard, and they're discounting passion, because passion is that thing that we love to do, and we would do it without being paid a dime. We do it. You could be, dog tired getting off work. But if you love to cook, guess what? If cooking is your passion, I don't care how tired you are, guess what you're going to do? You're going to cook and cook and cook some more. It might be sewing. Guess what you're going to do? I don't care how tired you are. You could do it for free. You're going to sew and sew and sew and sew. And so what I'm saying is allow the passion that you've been endowed with, that God has put in you to lead you to your purpose. No, it's not as hard. I think we're making it too hard. That's what I wanted to get to. We're making it too hard. It's that thing that we love to do no matter what. God says if you use it, if you allow it to catapult you, it's going to get you to your wealthy place.
There you go.
I don't know about you all, but I'm ready to get to my wealthy place.
Yes, Lord.
Mhm.
Ready.
Willing,
And
able.
and able. And more than able, because you're more than able, you're more than willing, because you ask God for it. And I mean, that thing is just sticking with me. And then
that's in your spirit.
And then you let him work. Because we have a tendency to ask for things. We have a tendency to want things. We have a tendency to, say we're going to leave it all at his feet and let him take care of it. But we go back and we pick it up. And then we put our hands on it. And then we twist it. And then we turn it. And then we wonder, why doesn't it work? And we get frustrated. And then in that frustration, you let your passion fall by the wayside. And then you try to do it on your own volition. And it just, you can see it, you can feel it. But if you take your hands off it and let that be in the driver's seat, it takes you directly to where you want to go. So you got to act, and then you got to let him work. Let him work. Now, you still lay your groundwork, it's true, like going to the link.
Yeah, please go to the link.
Yeah, take a look at the opportunities. You get your information, you do your research, and then you say, well, God, I'm looking at this. What do you want? What do you want to come out of this? How do I take what I'm feeling and put it in your hands and let you work it out?
That's it.
Exactly.
Good.
And then you let it work.
That's good. That's good. You guys are really touching on some good stuff, because one thing that I keep hearing and feeling and seeing, not only is it your passion, in that passion, you really are finding your purpose. And it's a thing that comes so easy for you to do. I think that's basically part of the what Vicki was expressing, like she talked about the cooking. If you love to cook, you're just going to go and do it no matter what. And you're going to go and do it no matter what, because it comes so easy to you. That's why you're in the right place and in the right space. It comes so easy for you, where someone else would say, I can't, scramble eggs. I can't, sift flour. I can't do it. Would just come so easy and so naturally to you. So not only is it your passion, but it's your purpose.
Right.
But we want to complicate things.
We do.
We want to complicate it.
And
because it's not complicated, we think it's not that thing, but I serve a kind and merciful God.
Yes.
Okay.
I serve a God that says, you know what, I didn't create her, so her life can be hard. And so I'm gonna blow that passion in her.
Yes.
I'm gonna give her that special gift, so that she can live this abundant life. We already have it. And so sometimes it lays dormant, that passion, it lays dormant in us. And we need something to stir it up. The word of God says, stir up the gift. Okay. And so to me, I'm just going to be honest. This grant situation, that right there to me is God saying, hey, let me give my chosen ones what they need.
Right.
Let me stir the waters a little bit.
There you go. That's the stirring.
Let me stir the waters a little bit, so that they can see the possibility. See, this grant is God saying, okay, you couldn't see it because it was stuck behind doubt. You couldn't see the passion because it was stuck behind negative self-talk. You couldn't see, the passion and the love you have for this, the profit, because it was stuck behind mediocrity. So he said, I'm gonna use a Danielle Winningham. I'm gonna put her in overflow. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that she lives a life of more than enough, so that she can come in and she can stir that thing up, so that you can see the profit.
Yes.
So that you can see your purpose, so you can feel the passion. That's what this is all about. You coming to understand that God just didn't give you passion, a love for cooking, a love for teaching, a love for serving, to stay broke. He was setting you up to get to your wealthy place. And so, are you going to allow the vessel that God is using in this moment, in this season, to help you get to your wealthy place? See, I already know my two mountains. I know mine is teaching, is education, and it's business. I'm on my way to the top of my mountains. I'm gonna dominate in the world of education. I'm gonna dominate.
Claim it now.
Yes, come on.
In the world of business. And God said, I'm gonna make that thing so good because you allowing what I've given you to work for you, so that you can serve others. I'm gonna show you how to combine the two.
Right?
Yes.
You can. That's all you can do is combine them. Our coach,
baby, I'm so excited about them certifications. I don't know what to do. Yeah. I'm like, eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Yeah.
I need some of this, and I need this. Can I get a little of that too? Yeah.
But you know what?
That's what I was saying. It's 12 different certifications. But when you combine that thing and work it out together, it could be 24, 36, 48. It's called what? The compound effect.
Compound effect. Love
compound
that.
Effect. When you let him order your steps and you walk those steps out as you've asked for, because he always gives you what you asked for. You can compound that thing, but you have to take the first step. And
that first step is going to this website, www.blackwomenequalpay.com. And that's another thing too. When you do take something like this, it will open you up to be able to receive more information. I had to learn, especially when we pray and ask God for signs and signals and what direction. We can't ask God and then tell him how to do it to us.
Now that's powerful.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
And that's been my problem. I want to ask God for help and to deliver me, but I want him to deliver and help me in my way and what my mind thinks it should happen. And it don't work like that. And I had to learn the hard way. And when you let this title, let your passion drive you to your profit, when you do that, it automatically happens. I didn't understand it, but I've been living it this year on a whole nother level where I'm like, God, I just started my skincare business. These are opportunities that have been coming to me. In my mind, I thought, I should be making $100,000. And then these type of opportunities come. Who says so? Why did I put that constraint on me? And I almost started to mess up my blessings because they just kept on coming, because I was following my passion. They kept coming, but I was like, but this is not the way how it's supposed to be, until he was like, no, that's the way how you think.
Right.
I'm gonna bless you, and I'm gonna open up these opportunities for you the way how I see them. Because that's what it is. I see this harvest right here, that I gotta water and that I gotta nurture, and that's why when someone spoke something about New Year's, that it has always irked me my whole life, even when I was a kid. I don't know why, but I couldn't stand when people make New Year's resolutions.
Yes.
Because from a child, from the pits of hell of where I came from and been through, just if I just woke up, I got to start all over, and I got another chance to do it. And so it's like, why wait till next year to say, oh, January 1st, oh, it's going to be on and cracking. So for the rest of October, November, and December, you ain't going to do a damn thing. But wait to start on something. Wow. And I watched Steve Harvey really quick the other day, and he said something about when we're planting, sometimes look at stuff in the year, so everything that I reaped this year, it was because of what I planted in 2019. When I heard that, I tried to run around my house screaming, because I was like, y'all know I ain't seen the money yet, but the seeds that's been planted this year, I can't even imagine what's gonna happen, because I was just saying this type of stuff ain't supposed to be coming to me, not Kayshawn from Oakland. You don't get, this don't happen, but it is, and I'm embracing it and I'm accepting it, and it's because that I went and have been in this community, and if y'all want to feel this, you want to live this, you want to breathe this, you want to think this, take this blessing that God has he overflowed Danielle Winningham's cup. And her overflowing, she dropping another $1 million to the world, 2 million. This is her second million that she's dropping, y'all.
Yeah.
You cannot let this opportunity, let your passion drive you to your profit by applying for this grant. Let it.
That's right. Let it move your doubt, move your negative self-talk, move your mediocrity, move that to the side. Move it to the side, and then look around that thing and see what has been hidden come into view. Because it comes into view in your due season. This is your due season and your due season, your D-O season and your D-U-E,
girl.
This is your season. You know why it's your season? Because you've been asking for it. You know why it's your season? Because you didn't happen to be here by chance this morning. We didn't happen not to be here by chance yesterday. We had every intention. Every intention to be here yesterday morning, but God said not so. He says because the due season for this is tomorrow. So we had to be obedient. Because see, a lot of times we look at obedience as doing part of what God says to, and then part of what we want to do. But see, when you don't do the whole of what he tells you to do, you're in disobedience.
Exactly.
So when you're in disobedience, he tends to slow you down. And then you see that thing come back around again, and you're like, wait a minute. I've seen this before. Why is this coming back around to me again? It's coming back around to you again so that this time you can walk in his obedience. You can get it right in your DO season.
That's it.
In your DO season. Because when you walk in obedience in your DO season, by going to the link, filling out your application, having your interview, and you can hear those words, I just got funded, then it becomes your DUE season.
Don't make me go find my I just got funded photo.
I know. I'm gonna have to pull mine out. I'm gonna have to pull mine out because some folks need to know that it's possible.
Yeah, exactly.
Some people, you need to know that it's possible. And Rose, you were talking about asking, and I know that it's in your spirit. And it's somebody out there that's saying, well, you all saying let passion drive you to your profit. What if I don't know what my passion is? Ask God.
Ask.
Ask him to show you.
Ask.
Ask
Take
him.
your hands off.
Ask. It's
not
like,
because you
God,
ask.
I know that you put something in me. That's it. Just
That's it.
ask.
That's the whole point
Hey,
of the
sit
purpose.
down with yourself long enough to have a conversation with the Most High
Mhm.
Mhm.
And then
and say, God, I want to get to profit,
Mhm.
but I don't know what I'm passionate about. Or you may have a lot of passions and you don't know which direction, to go in. Let me say, number one, ask God. Okay. Number two, don't let that uncertainty keep you from applying.
Right.
Because this great community that we're talking about, when I tell you, you will know what to do. You'll know what to do. You will be given some good godly counsel.
Yeah.
So don't
Yes.
let the uncertainty stop you. As a matter of fact, let it, move you to take action. Because you do have that uncertainty.
And the uncertainty is okay, because that gives God something to work with. When you ask him, that lets him bring you that clarity. That opens the door up for him to come in and to be your friend and to sit down with you. Because once you ask him, then you take your hands off and you sit back and you listen for his voice. You
Yes.
sit still long enough to hear him.
That's
Let him
it.
come
You
in
gotta
and
sit
sit
still
with
long
you.
enough.
Yeah, we got to sit still long enough. Let him come in and sit with you and talk to you. And before you realize it, you're going to be doing something, and one day you're going to look up and say, whoa.
Mhm.
Like, God, well, I've been doing this ever since I was a child.
Right.
I mean, I think about I have been serving since I was a child. I have been wanting to serve people. I have been wanting to motivate people.
Mhm.
I have been encouraging people.
Mhm.
And so now as an adult, I shouldn't be surprised that one of my spiritual gifts is exhortation.
Mhm.
I shouldn't be surprised that I'm a leader,
Right.
that I'm an influencer. I should not be surprised that the things that I like to do are the things that God put inside of me to not just help others, but the great thing about it, while you out there serving people with your passion, God said, let me go on and reward her for her faithfulness,
There
for
you
her
go.
commitment, for
Right.
her obedience.
Yes.
There you go. Because there is a reward in the obedience.
There
God
is.
doesn't want you to be broke. God doesn't want you to be downtrodden. God doesn't want you to be sad because you don't know exactly what it is that you're supposed to do.
Struggling.
Just do you. Just do what's in you. Like you
Mhm.
said, you've been serving all your life. God said, now it's time for your reward. This is your DUE season.
Right.
Because you planted the seeds, you've nurtured them, you've grown them. One thing you did is when you planted them, because Kayshawn, you made a great point. When you plant something in the ground, it doesn't sprout up the next day.
Right.
It's not an overnight process, but it's a process. Because once you bury it, it has to be watered. It has to feel the sunshine through that planting. Then it starts to move and it starts to percolate and it starts to grow. The next thing you know, you see a little sprout popping out through the dirt.
Mhm.
God says, see, I got you. It just takes a process and it just takes
Right.
time. And he says, now I'm growing you through all of this because coming through, thank you, God, coming through all that dirt that you're buried under.
Mm.
He's shaking off all of those old grave clothes, all of that old stuff, all of that old doubt, all of that old mediocrity, all of that non-commitment, all of those broken promises that have caused you to
Yes.
fall back. He says, I got to grow you through all of that.
Absolutely.
I have to grow you through all of that so that when you come through anew as a new creature, you will be able to walk and to revel in the gifts that I have implanted in you.
Right.
That
Girl.
becomes your DUE season.
What you say, Dr. Cynthia?
Come on now. Yeah.
Don't let
Y'all good over here. This is good. Good. This is really, really good. And you guys just brought it so full circle, and Rose, when you talked about, when you ask him for something, first of all, we have to open our mouths and ask.
Yes.
Okay, because you have not, because you ask not. You want this grant, it's there for you. But if you don't go to the link, www.blackwomenequalpayday.com and ask for it, you'll never have it. You will never have it. Go out there and throw your hat in the ring and say, I understand that this is what you have for me. Let me ask for my piece of the pie. It is there for you. Vicki said, coach is being used as a vessel, to carry you through this part of the journey. You've been blessed to be in the presence of Danielle Winningham, and her cup overflows into us. It's continuous. And so then we will be that vessel for the next one to come along behind us. It's reciprocated.
Absolutely.
Can't be selfish in this thing. We're going nowhere. It's reciprocated. Rose, you said, don't ask him for it and to carry you in it, and then you gonna jump all back in there. And I say, put your whole body, your hands, your feet, and everything in there. And Kayshawn, you said, and once you're in it, then you won't tell him how to do it. So you asked him to let you. And the other thing about it is that you asked him, get yourself out of it and make way so he can do it. Like Kayshawn said, don't tell him how to do it, because if you know how to do it, you would have done it on your own by now. Hello. And then understand and asking him that there's going to be times, just like the footprints in the sand, baby, where he will carry you.
Yes.
Okay. You better invite him in. You better ask him. There's times you're not going to be able to hold yourself up. And you're going to be dependent upon him to carry you like those footprints in the sand. Baby, those are not your prints. Those are his prints.
I have chills.
Ooh, come on, man.
So good.
Girl.
Come on, man.
This is good stuff.
You don't have to be on this journey, this passionate, purposeful, powerful, profitable journey alone. And I think that's why sometimes we're hesitant, because we don't want to go it alone. But you don't have to go it alone. You don't have to. This thing was not even designed for you to go it alone.
Right.
It was not designed. It just really wasn't. And so it's time to step up and step out, okay, into your passion. And let that thing that you love to do, okay? Can I just be frank? Can it make you some money?
That's right.
Can that thing that you like to do, can it free you? Okay? Will you just let passion take you to your destiny?
Let it
okay.
Take you to your destiny. I love that.
Can we just be for real? Can we allow your passion, to get you out of that lack? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can we just let it do what it's supposed to do?
Okay.
Stop overthinking.
Absolutely.
Okay. Stop. Get out the way. Get out the way. We talked yesterday about, a big part of obedience is submission and surrender.
Yes, we did.
And so for a lot of us, and I know for me, I have to surrender to my passion and my purpose every single day. I have to surrender to it. I have to crucify those things. I call them passion killers. I have to wake up every single day ready to slay these things that are trying to slay me.
Man. And people think
so guess what? You know what? I get up on fire, burning my history every single day. Because see, that old Vicky want to rise up every now and then. Okay, and remind me of my past mistakes.
Yeah.
Remind me of those bad, awful things that I used to do, those thoughts I used to think, and those words that used to come out of my mouth. So I wake up on fire every single day, burning my history.
Your family and friends will be trying to remind you of that stuff too, so that you can think about it. Because mine's, oh my gosh, I'm on a level they ain't never seen me on, and that they trying to get on. And they steadily, the higher I climb, they steadily want to dig up things from my past. And to me, watch me when I write my book about it. Then we can talk about it. Look, you know, when you see my
series, you climb up and you see them behind you, just take that foot and knock them down. Just give them a good kick.
You gotta shake off. You gotta shake off.
You got to wake up fighting, y'all.
You gotta shake it off.
Shake it off.
You gotta shake it off.
Fight. That's the whole point why we gotta have this armor of God on, because we in war in this time.
Come on now.
It's a battleground. It's a battleground. You understand, as they say, the devil comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And what he does is he comes on attack, Kayshawn, by the way that he thinks that he can get to you the best, by using those and that which is closest to you to go on the attack against you. So it's not even, I mean, this thing is so deep, it's not even something that they may even know that's happening to them. They may not even know that they're being used in that way. So don't look at that physical person, because that person may not even know that this is how they're being used. Okay. Because there's some coverage that they have to ask for too. You know, they have to ask for the Lord to use them in a certain way, and to guard them and protect them from other things as well, and don't utilize them in that way. So, you know, the devil is always on attack, you know, and the easiest way to infiltrate what you got going on is to get into your system, you know, the inside.
You following your passion, you can fight this. You following your passion to your money, all those obstacles those darts trying to penetrate. That's when you waking up. You got your shield on. We coming out
That's
here.
Part of your armor. That is part of your armor. Absolutely. But check this out. All of those that are trying to remind you of what used to be, or where you've been, or what you did, or what you did. Check this out. You keep climbing, because what that's going to do is that's going to pull them out of what used to be, what I thought you couldn't do, or what I didn't want you to do. They'll come to you later and say, you know, I watched you. Even though I didn't realize I was speaking against you, trying to stop you. But I want to say thank you to you, because you pulled me out of some things I didn't even realize I was doing.
I think I spoke on it yesterday. I said that's their fear. That's their fear. That they don't say that. They can't understand it. They can't see it. So they're living in fear. And then if you're making strides, that's making them even more fearful. And we all have a level of fear. Don't get me wrong. Hey, I'm looking in the mirror saying, hey, you got some fear in you too. But at some point in time, we have to face the fear. And it's like the elephant. You eat it one bite at a time. And as I keep thinking about this passion and this purpose and this profit, that profit, like I said earlier, to me, I see that profit like fuel. Nothing goes anywhere without fuel. Get in your car and don't have any fuel in to see where you're going. Go get on that plane and think you're finna take a trip and travel and see the world and go to the next level and see where you're going with no fuel. Don't eat. Try not eating for an extended period of time and see where you're going without that fuel.
Come on now.
To take you to where you're going on the journey to the next level.
That's right. That's right. Because you take your fuel and you reinvest your fuel.
There you go.
Yes. You reinvest your fuel, so your tank might be half full when you start, but then you get up to, that's right. You get up to 3/4 of a tank. And you're like, okay, God, I see what you're doing. I see where you're taking me. Then you get a little bit more fuel. And then before you get right to the full tank, you say, well, let me go back and see who's behind me that I can repay this to
Yes.
and pay this forward. And then God says, I'm going to fill your tank to the top.
Honey, if you're running low on fuel, if your tank is empty, you better pull up to this www.blackwomenpayday.com
And
link
fill it up.
and fill that tank so you can get on your way to the journey.
And this is good
fuel
fuel.
mistake.
It's
This is
time.
This Chevron 76. What's the other good gas? This that good fuel. This not that Arco watered down fuel that you still got to put the gas treatment in. Nah, this that good fuel over
And
here.
they have that tech Techron in it, that check whatever that is.
That's right, because the fuel, it's time to refuel. And what that means is you got to renew every day.
Yeah.
You got to renew your mind. You got to study to show yourself approved, because it's easy to slip back into old wineskins, because he said you can't put new wine in old wineskins. But sometimes it's easy to go back and pick up that old wineskin because it's comfortable and you know it. So you got to constantly be refueling. You have to constantly be renewing and starting with that mindset. And then starting with getting quiet and listening for the word, listening for what he's telling you to do next, and then do it. And then being in obedience. And let me step back, because before you get to that obedience, you got to surrender. You got to let it go.
Yes.
You got to let those old things go.
Yeah.
And we know it's hard, because each and every one of us sitting here has to deal with it, has dealt with it, and is dealing with it daily. So we know the shoes that we are asking you all to walk in, because we're walking in them right now. Right now.
Right now.
So what we're asking you to do is something that we had to do.
Exactly.
And the reason we are asking you to do it is because we know what's on the other side of it.
Yes. We know what's on. When we want you to feel, see what we're going through.
And what it leads to.
Yes.
It leads to the overflow. Because you can't, you always hear them say you can't pour from an empty cup, and you can't. But when your cup is running over and you have overflow and you still want to serve, that's part of that. That's part of that surrender. That's part of that obedience. You just got to throw your hands up sometimes and let it go. And that's when the doors open. That's when they open.
Be willing and obedient.
Yeah.
And most of us, we're okay with the willing. Yeah, we're willing. We're willing to live a life of purpose. We're willing, to accept this abundant life that Jesus died so that we could have. But it's the obedience. You have to be willing and obedient so that you can what? Eat the good of the land.
Yes.
And that obedience.
So I'm hungry. I'm starving for the good of the land.
Sorry.
I want my milk.
If all I have to do is two things, be willing and obedient, that's just two things. Don't you know I'm going to do those two things so that I can eat the good of the land?
Period.
And so you have to ask yourself, how bad do you want it?
How bad
do you want it? Because if you don't really want that thing, like for real, like I really want it, like I'm willing to do all-nighters to get it. I'm willing to stop hanging around some folks to get it. I'm willing to stop going to some places that I used to go to. I'm willing to go to www.blackwomenequalpay.com to get it. I'm willing to, to get these squares out of my circle and connect with some like-minded people that want to go where I want to go, where I want to go. Yeah. See, what are you willing to sacrifice now to have success later?
Right.
Because you're going to have to sacrifice some stuff.
We have to. And I don't know what's wrong with people, especially the ones around me that think they don't have to sacrifice. Or you know what? Let me change that. We want to tell God how we gonna sacrifice. We want to say how we, oh, I went somewhere with you, or I did that for you. That was my sacrifice. We can't say and dictate what the sacrifice is, because when you're following your passion, you don't know what you're gonna run into, because it's God that's leading you and opening
Right.
up these doors. Whatever opportunity presents itself, you're going to do the work to make it happen. You're not sitting there just wishing and hoping that everything falls in place in your hand, or you're waiting for someone to give you $10,000-$20,000 to launch your magical idea. You don't want to do no work. But it's not gonna happen. We saying let your passion drive you to your profit. Driving is working. You got your passion and you driving to that profit, and that's doing anything and everything that God tells you to do through that process.
And I'm gonna tell y'all, sometimes we use sacrifice as a substitute for obedience.
And all
And
sacrifice,
and obedience is always better than sacrifice.
because all sacrifice is not bad. We look at sacrifice, commitment, surrender, submission. We look at all of those things as bad things because society has taught us that it's bad.
Yeah.
All of that is not bad. If you are giving up something, sacrifice, to get something better, obedience, then how can that be bad? That's
where was the negative
around, and that's what keeps us stuck.
The negative is that we want it right away. See, the negative part about it is that we want instant gratification.
Yeah,
so that's
come on now.
Connotation, because you're not guaranteed to get instant, gratification. It's just not going to happen that way. It's a journey. Like Rose said, we've all been on the path and we're still on a journey. It's a never ending journey. So that means never ending obedience. And if it's a sacrifice, then it means sacrifice, because it's not going to be instant gratification.
That's right.
It's not. This, we keep telling you, go to the link, www.blackwomenequalpay.com, because it's a starting point. It's like a roadmap. You got to start somewhere. This is a starting point for you on the journey. And yes, you're going to have to sacrifice. And yes, you're going to have to be obedient. And yes, you're going to have to fight through some fear. Along the journey, there's a lot of things that come with this. In order to get to where if it was easy, as they say, everybody would be
doing it.
I love it. I mean, Dr. Cynthia, you have really, I say great way to end. Great way to end. You spoke nothing but truth right there. Nothing but truth. And we just want to end by saying that, first of all, you got it. You got it. And what's that it? That it is that special thing that only God, nobody gave it to you. Nobody gave it to you but God. Use that it. Use that it. And if you don't know what it is, ask God what it is. So you can go on and just live this life that you were created to live. We could go on and on and on about this. I love talking about passion. I love talking about, purpose and, and how it can and will lead you to your profit. This is my type of talk because so many of us are bound by our circumstances. And when you become aware that you've already been equipped with it, you just need to know how to use it. That's all. That's what these certifications mean to me. That's what this grant means to me. So ask God for it, to show you it. So that you can take that it, and allow God to use it the way He want to use it. but we already have it. And it's time for the mighty men, the powerful women to stand up and say, I got it. I mean, like, I really got it. And let's start, changing, some things about this world. Somebody I saw up here said something about the world needs coaches and teachers and leaders and influencers to help us to create and shape and mold this new normal. I don't know about y'all, but I want the believers to have a say in this new normal.
Right.
So we can't complain and we're not doing anything about creating this new world, this new way of living. You can't complain about it. What's the one thing you want everybody to walk away with, guys? That was my one thing. That you got it.
My one thing would be that, you have it. Ask God to show you exactly what it is, and then walk in what he shows you.
That's good.
I will end with take this time, maybe the next hour or so, just sit back and meditate on everything you just heard, or whenever you run by this broadcast, if it's a replay, if someone shared it to you and sent it to you, after you've listened, watched it, meditate on it and let God and have a conversation with God. If you don't believe in God, have a conversation with yourself, because like we've said, if you knew what to do, you would have done it and you would have been there already. So just meditate on what has been said, and then when you're being led, act on it. Stop making excuses. Act on it.
Yes. I would say we talked about the it. We talked earlier that it is already within you. It's dormant within you because it was already there to begin with. So ask him to revive that thing within you, revive it, renew it. And then also understand that because he placed it in you, and he will revive it and renew it and bring it out of being in a dormant state, that it will continue to be with you. No one can remove it because it was already placed there. Now you need to activate it. So you need to ask for it, prepare for it, do the work that comes along with it. Mm-hmm. There's a reason that it's been dormant. It's been dormant because you've not been ready to do the work. So now it's time. We got to do all over you. Do it because it's there.
I love it. I love it.
Love it.
Guys, as my co-host, thank you all so much. I love you guys to life. It's always a pleasure and honor to come before you guys and to share, hopefully to encourage, to motivate, to inspire, to transform. That's why we show up. We show up to serve, to humbly serve you guys. And so I say, go be amazing. Let this be the best week that you've ever had. Let this be a week of discovery for you. Let this be a week of discovery for you. And if you need help in the discovery process, go to www.blackwomenequalpay.com. Okay? I promise you, you will not regret it. Until next time, have an amazing rest of the week. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.